Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. It is a beautiful Christmas day here in sunny Sarasota, Florida. It was actually a beautiful sunny day. It wasn't the warmest day here in Florida, but actually a beautiful day. Shout out to all the crypto lifers. See that? Crypto lifers, baby. Shout out to all the crypto lifers out there. Thank you so much for coming on in. We're hitting the home stretch. We fly out on the 27th. I don't know the days. Tuesday at about 3 p.m. So we are coming to the home stretch of our Sarasota trip. It was amazing. We saw a bunch of beautiful homes. We met a bunch of beautiful people. I really connected with some lifers. Had an amazing trip. As we wind down, shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every single one of you for jumping on in and being a part of the live stream with the Crypto Lifer. I greatly appreciate you and all of you. Guys, we hit two of the biggest gainers of the day yet again. We hit HIDOODLES and we hit VAI, V-A-I. We're going to talk about it right now. We're going to break it down. Ren also pumping out of nowhere. Acro getting some moves out of nowhere. Tone getting a big move. But HIDOODLES, really the biggest gainer and continuing to pump as we speak. We're going to talk about HIDOODLES right now. We're going to break it down. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you for being here. May God bless each and every one of your beautiful hearts for sharing your Merry Christmas with the Lifer. 183 people, 118 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? We got a small crowd here, but hey, it is what it is. We're hunkering down. We're the true obsessed degens who love our crypto. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to DK. Shout out to Gina Bombina, Dustin Kava. Love learning. Crypto Cash. And look, let's put the lemon into the water like we do every single day. Boom. And decalcify. Shout out to the Blue Crew and the Lifers worldwide. Shout out to CNC Ireland, Jamie, Lakochi Coker, and every single one here too. Internet Jordan, Christopher Reed, Twin City, Justin Cashmore. I can say firsthand, Sam and his family are the real deal. A very high vibrational family, caring and even more genuine in person than behind the cam. Sending lots of love to them for all they do. Justin Cashmore, man, may God bless you for saying those beautiful words. That's so awesome, man. Hey, that's why we travel the world, and that's why people let us right into their house on Christmas, man. Justin, your family is my family for life, bro. The Prices and the Cashmores connect. God bless you and yours, man. My wife was saying what a special and beautiful family you have as well. We wanted to come over today, but we didn't want to barge. You know what I mean? And our family was in our own little funk doing our own thing. So, but we love you guys, and we really appreciate it. And honestly, you inviting us into your home changed our entire vacation. So what we didn't get a beach day? So what Florida wasn't Florida? We came and met people that we never thought we were going to meet. We had experiences we never thought we were going to have. And we have memories to share with our kids, with our families, and people that we can connect to for the rest of our lives. So we'll remember that story, right? Man, hey, remember, Justin, remember when I met you, you let me crash your, and we're going to be like, that's how I met you. It was always love since then. And you're like, that's the love, man. And it is what it is. So and everyone, let that just be an inspiration to you. My life, just watch it like a storybook. Read it like a storybook as I travel around the world and meet people all around the world, all around the United States. Funny. No coal in the stocking if you're a lifer. Never. Merry Christmas, everybody here in the live. So look, last night we talked about this being in a flag and that it could pump to the upside. Look at this thing. It ripped. My idea was it would just pump like, 60-something%. From when I first put it in this channel, though, this thing is up huge. And I'm telling you, these high coins tend to do damage. This thing is up 171% since December 23rd. Now, that is a Christmas gift. This morning, this thing was up huge, pumping, and we were talking about it. Shout out to all my lifers who jumped on in. HIDOODLES for the gain. Also, I talked about VAI. If you remember when I first put it out, all right? And what I was looking at when it first came out, I was looking at a Fibonacci retracement. We were way back here, right? And it actually popped out. I could go back on like the 4-hour time frame. I remember it had broken out when I first saw it. I saw it a little late, I'll be honest. Usually I catch these early. I saw this as it broke out a little bit. I said, this thing looks like it could continue to the upside. It's retraced to the 618. And man, this thing never stopped. And now it's up 300% gains. I mean, I can't believe it. So VAI, just look at that. Parabolic run up to the upside, up 347%. Holding gains of 265. Not even a lot of volatility to sell it off. VAI banging on them. This thing is unbelievable. I can't believe it. You might not be able to either. So despite what the market's looking like, we're really into two of the biggest gainers of the day. If we look at the charts, right? They kind of calmed down since then, but on the low, VI, right? And now HIMEEBITS, I'm personally in this trade looking for the move back to the upside. It's got an 886 retracement all the way from the low to the high. It is low. It is touching the 200 SMA. Can we get the push to the upside? The 22-hour is extremely oversold. MACD wanted to take a bit of a turn. You got the falling wedge here. Hey, but you could go lower. There's really not a lot of support here. No reason why we can't drop all the way down to the 0.05 area. But it's high risk when you play these little coins. So you never know. It kind of stinks, though, because I took a shot at HIMEEBITS. I could have taken a shot at HIDOODLE, right? And it's like, it's the 50-50 shot, right? And there you have it. So I'd be up huge right now had I shot on HIDOODLE. But I took the hit on HIMEEBITS. And, hey, you can't win every one. So, hey, even the lifer, even me, even Sammy doesn't hit it every time. So it is what it is. I may cut off the trade. I may hold it. It depends on how I feel. I'm going to assess the situation when I get a chance to focus on it for the moment. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I feel you, Sammy. Shout out to Gina Bombina. Oversold short, my man. Lifer, what time frame to be profitable in trading? Follow your teachings. Because all I do is lose. Merry Christmas. I mean, I like to use the 15-minute and the 1 hour in the worst. It depends. Again, this is not financial advice. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor or do your own due diligence before entering any project, coin, or trade. One thing I do want to say is that when I personally am trading, when I'm looking at something, I like to use Merry Christmas, man. Senso, please. We'll take a look at Menso. I mean, overbought short. Lifer's quick announcement. No Lifer TradingView course next week. Lifer family will travel that day. Next course date is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023 at 3 p.m. Also, no Saturday, December class on New Year's Eve. Cool coin working fine over here. Yeah. Super chat, Senso. I actually owned a little Senso personally. We'll take a look at Senso in a second. Acro getting a bit of a move. Ren getting a bit of a move. We had Ren in this bigger channel. See this? Saying, could Ren eventually get the pump? 3-day chart suggests eventually. I mean, you're getting some type of bullish divergence. Tone is T-Food. Look at T-Food. Bounce, 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 bounce. Holding the zone. I was looking, hey, can you get a bit of a bounce? The 3-day chart suggests that this thing is about to moon. It gets above this point of control. It's going to rip to where I'm showing you. T-Food on the radar. And it looks like there may be more coming for that thing. So, Propel is trying to make a rounded bottom here and eventually end, just kind of follow the bottom there, but it is overbought getting on the 3-day. We had ORAI for a little bit of a pop. Let's take a look at what happened here for ORAI on the 4-hour time frame. Hit auto. It should serve you right. And there you have it. I mean, I had it in this cup and handle suggesting it could pop. It lost that point of control, but it got down to the 706, a little lower. Touched the what? The 200 SMA. Use the 200 SMA to your advantage. It's a resistance area. It's a support area. If you hold above it, there's likely you can long. And look at that bounce off the 200 SMA, and then boom. This thing would bounce to the upside. I think even an elite guy in the place had it even more detailed than I did there. So shout out to anyone that may or may not get into ORAI. ORAI is something that I play on and off. I personally was not in the trade. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Overbought now. So since we had our chance to dump, we should have become overbought. We did not. That's a bullish sign for Bitcoin. So here, let's dive in here and let's kind of remove the veil, remove our moving averages for a second. And let's just talk about what we see happening here. First thing we all have to talk about, and we'll get rid of this for now too. It's just a lot. No, I need that, but I want to get rid of one of these white lines. All right. So just focus here on this channel. I mean, you have the shoulder, you have the head, you have a right shoulder, right shoulder. It's a complex inverted head and shoulder, just like it would be a complex head and shoulder if you had flipped it upside down. We're dealing with this point of control over and over again. Resistance, 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 resistance. We must get back above the point of control to remain bullish. That is just clear as day. That point of control is 16,800. I talk about how the 800s are oh so important. How many times have you seen me talk about the 8s? And I'm going to talk about them again tonight. It's 19,800. 21,800 was a big level. 19,800 was a big level. 18,008 was a big level, right? And here we are at 16,800. It just, I can't, it's uncanny how much I talk about the 8s here. And it's something we uncovered. It's an interesting little fact. They like to play games at the 8s. So my Yeah, and this is why I say a big move is coming, because up, down, up, down, up, down, da, 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 da. You're getting tighter and tighter in the channel. Now, the 4 hour suggests you're going to get a pump to the upside. The last time the 4 hour pumped, 1, 2, 3. Can we get a pump again? 2 times in a row, we've had a pump. This time was lackluster with a rollover, okay? What I don't like is we're continuously not being able to get above the resistance. However, I do see a gap in the VRVP, and I do see an overbought stochastics pointing to the upside here. These are 2 good signs that I love to trade with, just even on a swing trade here. So I'm looking for an idea that we can bounce from this point of control at 16,841 all the way up to 17,180. That would be the swing trade. That would basically be the measured move out of the symmetrical triangle to the upside. So you have, let's go over the bullish confluence that we have here, right? We have a symmetrical triangle, number 1. We got above the point of control. If we can get above the point of control, that will be bullish sign. Number 2, we want that, right? We've had heavy resistance, but we do have an inverted, complex inverted head and shoulder. So number 1, complex inverted bullish. Number 2, look, resistance, 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 bounce, bounce, bounce. We have seemed to SR flip the 16,758 area. I mean, you know, 700 area. I mean, you have to say that at least. We've held above 16,800, and we haven't lost this point of control completely yet. We're fighting with it. If we get above it, we can make a move up to this point. So this is the bullish case that we're talking about. And honestly, this could even be a break above this bigger trend line. See that green candle? Technically, did we break the trend? You know, a very small break of the trend, but did we break the trend is the question. Let's open up the MACD and take a look at what we see happening here on the MACD as well. And it has a lack of bullish, bearish momentum. That MACD is very small, showing there's just not a lot of sell pressure. These 2 wicks also tell me that there's a chance that we do go to the upside. So building a bullish story here. But again, you could wake up tomorrow morning and what will happen, and this is why I love the stochastics RSI. They tell you when the juice is deployed. You know what? I have a really good idea of how to measure the stochastics RSI. This is going to be crazy, but bear with me. This is a new metaphor I just came up with. My mind just put it together in like a split second. So say you're making a marinade, all right? So I know, you're like, what is he saying? Say you're making a marinade for like, you know, like for one of your steak dinners, maybe if it's even a vegan marinade, you're a vegan, vegetarian, whatever it is, it's a marinade. You're putting the things together, you know, the different ingredients together. And you can taste it, right? And what you want to do is you want to see how much flavor you're getting out of each of the ingredients. And it's kind of like, I guess this isn't the best, but so you start with the marinade like here, but like sometimes you get a lot of flavor and sometimes you don't get any flavor at all. Sometimes sometimes you know, the lemon wasn't as right. I don't know. Or sometimes it's always flavorful, but sometimes it's far more flavorful than the other, you see? And so the point of this story is you're starting with the marinade down here, but how much sauce are we going to get? Like how much taste are we going to get out of this? So this 4 hour could go up, we could lackluster, and it could kind of plateau and really not give us that taste, our taste buds, that what we really want. And it could be lackluster, right? We are seeing the tightening up, and the lack of bearish momentum is a good sign, showing there is some lack of sellers here. We could get a move to the upside. We are getting this long falling volume with falling price, which suggests we could get a move. And I haven't given up on the idea that this is a bit of a diamond. That to me, hold on here. Does it ruin my whole, I was on a roll there. You know what I mean? I was on a roll. I can't have anything ruin my roll here. But this is a bit of a diamond that to me can reverse to the upside here. And, you know, and it would be beautiful. A bullish divergence there too that is there on the 4 hour time frame. Let me show you what I'm saying. This swings up to swing up here on the RSI. If we open it up here and give you a little more of a look here. And this swings down sharply. A clear bullish divergence. All right. I don't want too many lines all over the place. But you know what I'm saying. So 4 hour does want to push to the upside. That's a bullish sign. Both times in a row, we did get the move. So the probability is we could get a move here. Lackluster weekly close. We're going to take a look at that in a second. I just want to assess the situation of what we're looking at right now, because there's just kind of, there's that need, that intensity. I don't know if you feel it. However, right now the 1 hour is overbought. However, we've been overbought here, 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 and here, and we've been going sideways ever since. So it would be, I wouldn't be amazed if we're just hitting top trend line here. Like in here, we get rid of that. And we're just hitting this top trend line, extending ourselves out, and we're about to head back down at least to the bottom of the pattern. So I do see a bit of a pullback because I'm a stochastics RSI trader, right? But we could even get pinned up here and let that 4 hour just completely erupt. I've seen both things happen. How I figure that out is by watching the smaller time frame, like the 7. The 7 is in a bit of a flag. It's almost mimicking. I've seen this all the time. See how there's the shoulder, the right shoulder, and the double right shoulder? And let's zoom back out to the 4 hour, right? And see how this is like the shoulder, the head, and the double right shoulder. It's just interesting. Like, I'll go to smaller time frames, and like, I'll swear I see like a smaller version of what I'm seeing on the bigger time frame. And I see this all the time. You can call me nuts or crazy, but my brain is pretty good at like figuring these things out and seeing things that no one really sees. And so like, you do see this ascending triangle here on the 7 minute. So this is my secret sauce. Like, I watch these smaller time frames and they really tell me what's up. Look, Bitcoin starts to pump as I talk about it. It's so crazy. So many times, like right as I say something, Bitcoin will turn green too. I've seen it so many times. But again, it looks like we're overbought and we're going to head back down and just go sideways here. But we're making, and you could drive yourself crazy. Some people don't look at the smaller time frames at all and laugh at me for doing it. But I found my little special sauce, things that mean things to me. And if you want to jump on in with me, you can figure it out. Okay? So, say cuffs and look how he pops up. Shout out to Gina Bombina. I'm wondering the same thing. Was a trap. Gotcha. You are always here. Shout out to Shadida Wahid, man. Handcuffs involved. Wow. Whipped cream. Love Learning brought them. Shida Wahid. Hi, dear. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to Cryptoholic Love. I'm wondering the same thing. Wow. Best Christmas ever, meeting and connecting with you and your family. It'll definitely always be remembered, man. God bless you, man. That's awesome. You're making me turn red, man. That's amazing. Your family was awesome. Your daughters were so cute. Really were, like the cutest things in the world. I don't hold a lot of people's kids. I was holding your little daughter. She was a sweetheart, man. I was sitting there holding your daughter, looking at your Christmas tree, and I had like an out-of-body experience, man. I was like, where am I? What am I doing? And I'm like, dude, you're living your life with passion, and you're meeting people with love. And I said, and you're going wherever love takes you, man, and you're not living in fear. And I said, and you're holding someone else's miracle of a child. I'm like, this is, and they trust you and they love you. And I'm like, this is a blessing. Dude, I had literally like a surreal feeling at your house, man. So from me to you, thank you for that, what you gave me, that experience. Imagine it. Let's talk to everyone else. Like, imagine it. You travel down to Florida. You're from Boston. So you're like, you don't know that many people. People reach out on the live. You meet them at a restaurant. Then they invite you to Christmas the next day. You happen to be here for Christmas. The whole thing has never been planned out. It all just falls in your lap. You show up. Next thing you're all taking pictures and then you're holding their little, she's such a sweetheart. And one of their moms was holding my daughter. Like, my daughter was in his mom's arms, and like everyone was passing her around, and it was like, I felt like I was with my family, man. Like, so to me, it's really not about how long you know someone. It's the frequency that you're on. Because if you're on the same frequency, you could tap in immediately, and it can be like years of being friends with someone can be right there. Can we check out Tone? Shout out to After Hours Investing. May God bless you. Bahama Sam and his selective reading. I'm dying. You're funny. He's crying tonight. Any bets? That's right. My whole family really enjoyed it, man. You're the man. This is awesome. This is so cool, man. So special. Cape Cod here, man. Shout out to Cape Cod. Love you. Dude, your square pocket is fire. Shout out to Laura Marshall. You got to have the red for Christmas, right? So that's how I did them. You put up with so much. We love you, Gina. You make the show real. You ever watch the show Cheers? You're like one of the characters when people walk in. Like, you're one of the people at the bar like me. Like, hey, what up, Norm? What up, Gina? What up, Sam? What up? And remember the bartender was Sam. His name was Sam. Ted Danson played the bartender. So Gino, like, you have a place here at the round table. I mean, everybody loves you. This is like your home. You've clearly made this your home. Oh my God, I love Cheers. Lifer looking fresh on Christmas. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'm Rhea for sure. You're funny. Gino Bombina, Norm. Love Norm. That's me in real life. Rhea, dude. Laura Marshall. Man, we got people of my generation. I'm an old man, apparently. So we're going to watch the 7-minute, showing some signs, but it also looks like a Bart Simpson head, right? That could break you down. In my opinion, I run with that 1 hour time frame. 15-minute, 1 hour, both getting overbought. So they say you're going to go sideways or to the downside, at least for now. All right, maybe bounce back for a double bottom. But you got that new flag that I just found on the 7 that we hadn't seen before, right? Hadn't updated the group, hadn't seen it at all. So this is just something to add on to what we're looking at. And again, I wouldn't aim to find a huge gain on Christmas night. Yet yesterday I was surprised that we still hit a gain for high doodle, but it is what it is. I that was very unexpected. I was just like, wow. But yeah, I mean, even for the next few days up until Christmas, tomorrow the markets are also closed, right? Regular markets are closed tomorrow. I want to make that clear. If anyone, it is Christmas Day observed, so the U.S. stock markets will be closed. I can verify that. I double checked, but I'll show you again if you want. I just find it because some people are like, is it? I don't know, So you can find the New York trading holidays right here, all right, for 2022. And you can see we started with New Year's Day, but Thanksgiving Day, Monday, December 26th, Christmas holiday observed. Okay. All right. And then New Year's Day observed will be, 2023. But so that, markets will be closed. All U.S. markets observed U.S. holidays is listed below. Right. So Christmas Day observed will be tomorrow. And that kind of throws off the way Bitcoin moves because Bitcoin's not going to really get that same weekly close because you're not going to have the open of the S&P futures. You're just not going to have world markets in the same direction. So it's more likely Bitcoin can't take on any kind of inverse move or even a push from the world market. So that's got us a little sideways for the night too. So just something to think about. That's why this weekly close does feel a little different. Feels a little eerie, a little quiet. Like, how do we get no volatility at all? That's just very rare. That's why, if you were just wondering why, So we're going to watch that flag on the 7 and the 15. 1 hour to me looks like it does need to come on down. But the 4 hour has some bullish movement here. 22 hour also, to me, needs to come on down. So that just, But again, even the 22 hour, to me, looks like a diamond. Like, that's a diamond pattern. That's a reversal diamond. So the diamond does say we get a reversal back to the upside. I've been playing this idea that you got this cup with this handle. If you can't get back above the zone, this is the thing. If we can't get a daily candle to close above 17,000, even like 16,800 up in here, if we ended up down here somewhere, it's just so much more likely that we head down and even all the way back to 15,400, So we're at it, we made this low, we made this, can this make a lower low? And then again, no matter what happens, we make a higher low here. We got to make a higher high above 17,008 and above 18,000. If we can't get back above that area, we're cooked, right? So it doesn't look amazing on the bigger picture, but Bitcoin could build, step by step on the smaller time frames and fake everybody out. So we're just going to keep watching these little areas here and seeing what happens. Right now, the 7-minute isn't in our favor, likely to pull to the downside, 15-minute as well, and the 1 hour. So if anything, we go further back down somewhere to this trend line here at about 16,790. If that holds okay, right, and it will touch the 200 SMA, and actually wouldn't be too bad. We're getting tight moving averages. Remember this. 4 hour, we're extremely tight. Also, we're below the 200 SMA. 90% of the time when we're below the 200 SMA, we're going to dump to the downside. So that 22 hour could make the dump, bend this 4 hour, and again, I'm a guy like this. Show me something. Like, if I hired you, you'd have to show me something. I wouldn't give you a raise until you showed me you were worth the raise, right? So I'm not giving Bitcoin a raise till it shows me it's worth a raise. Bitcoin can't get above, can't get above, can't get above. Yes, this is an inverted head and shoulder. Yes, we have some bullishness like I talked about, but it's a symmetrical triangle nonetheless. And you just had a death cross right there with the 50 crossing below the 200 SMA. Not the best sign on the 4-hour time frame. So at the same time, the probability is short because Bitcoin hasn't showed you anything. If you short right now and Bitcoin pumps to the upside, closes the candle, and you lose a short, and then you decide to flip long, it's a smart decision because it might, again, do whatever makes you happy. I'm not, but as a trader, that's the smartest decision because the probability is showing you right now that Bitcoin hasn't been able to get above the zone. It's kind of like this, couldn't, and then what happened? We dropped like a doorknob, down like a boom. So same thing here. You're dealing with a point of control, which you really didn't cleanly get above yet. You have a clean resistance. You're below the 200 SMA. I would have to say that shorting is the most likely scenario to the downside, and that we get at least here to 16,600 and then likely come down to 16,004. From there, we could go lower. We'll reassess the situation. So again, I see that there's some movement on the 4-hour. I see that the daily is a little oversold. I see some bullishness, and I showed you signs. But if I had to make the call, because Bitcoin hasn't shown me something yet, the bulls haven't been able to get above previous highs. So until the bulls can even close a candle up here, I must remain bearish. You see what I'm saying? The bias hasn't been flipped. So until they flip bias, we're below a point of control. So to me, smartest thing to do is open the insurance short. This will be the 4th time I've said it. 3 times in a row it's played out. So opening up a short here, stop loss somewhere above 17,000. Maybe even above this line, 17,002 if you have the chain. Again, it's just my idea. This is what I'm thinking about. You do whatever makes you happy. So this is an idea. Short, stop loss above 2 of these areas. And if we make the nasty tumble down, which we may, very likely may tomorrow morning, with no real other markets to prop us up and nothing else to look at, we get whaled down, and we could kill the longs that are super excited here, thinking that we're going to get a push to the upside. They can't see the 22 or the fact that we can't get above the zone, right? So we look at the way we're supposed to look at it. Highly likely we get a short to the downside, in my humble opinion, for Bitcoin. But again, if we can hold the level, if we never break this level, then it won't change. Support and resistance can hold. And so we're going to watch it closely, one step at a time. But right now, it's most probable for me that Bitcoin breaks to the downside, somewhere to this area, right? And then even maybe heads back lower to the bottom of this trend line, even somewhere down into this area at 15,800. And I wouldn't be surprised if we double bottom, because ever since this rising wedge began to fall, I've been talking about the fact that we'd likely break to the beginning of it, which would give us a double bottom at 15,006. I'm actually surprised we didn't go there yet. All right. Not saying we'll make a new low, but it looks like we could. And also we're below the 200 SMA. Whenever I'm above it, I long more likely. When I'm below it, I'm more likely to short. That's just how I am as a trader. The simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame, specifically the yellow, the SMA, really gives me my signals of kind of what's most likely going to happen and how much gas we have in the tank. So my green area is my big boy resistance area that Bitcoin has unable to get above. We have a point of control. I think I've kind of gone over it more and more, right? And I've really reiterated what I believe is most likely over and over and over again. So yeah, that's kind of that's it for BTC. That's what I'm looking at. We look at the total market cap. Again, something else we can kind of just take a gander at. And I didn't do the morning update this morning because I figured people would be with their family doing the morning. And I said, you know what? Even if I did want to do it, I said I want people to be with their family doing their thing. I don't want to distract them from their family. So I was like, let me just not do my morning update. But, that's just the only reason that I didn't do it. But so look, I mean, this is forming a beautiful symmetrical. For this, we actually already bounced. Bitcoin didn't get that clean bounce yet off the bottom trend line. Here we did. This is showing some signs that we could get a break to the upside. So we'll watch this closely. If the total market cap gets above this point of control, this is going to be huge for it. So we're really at a precipice. We need to make a candle close above 775 and then make our move back up to the $806 billion level, at least to get started. Possible inverted Bart Simpson. As you can see, it could be a Bart Simpson to the downside. Could it be an inverted Bart Simpson, which would break us to the upside? This is something that we're looking at. We already got the cross down here. We're breaking back above. Can the 21 cross the 200 and the 80 and the 100 and start to make a move? This is the white line. Can the 21 begin to cross the other moving averages? Is there a chance we could get a move back to the upside? So we'll watch this closely. Again, Bitcoin tanks. It takes the whole market cap down. This will all likely to dump. So you're watching this closely. And we have both ideas here because this is an ascending triangle. Ascending triangles. You take the base of this back end of the triangle here, And that just tells you where you're likely going to drop to the downside. Your measured move would take you to $748 billion. We break up, and we could get back to our beloved area here at about above that $800 billion. And remember how much I talked about $800 billion, $800 billion, $800 billion. Luckily, we're still holding above 750, and we dropped, and we're making that 1, 2, third higher low in a row. But we must break above this resistance at 775 to remain bullish. And we're going to be keeping our eye on that for a while now. All right. Okay. Book your 2023 Lifer Vision trading course, 3 p.m. every single Tuesday, weekly candle. So let's take a look. Let's wake up my kids. My kids are going to bed. My wife's going to be pissed. All right. She does not, no wife would like the weekly candle close personally. Like, no refined, like wants her husband yelling in the mic like that in the middle of the night. It's not the middle of the night, but you know what I mean? If to them, it might as well be, So, to them, we see this bullish divergence on the weekly. It's giving me a lot of hope, but I see a rollover here, and we can even jump one more time and still kind of keep this trend line and bounce. Just don't think we got max pain yet, in my humble opinion, but you never know. I did say the horrible words of think. So whatever the charts convey is what I show you. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Say it with me, baby. I'm telling you, the lemon water is what keeps this show consistent. Without the lemon water, I probably wouldn't be able to show up every single day. Shout out to, and I told you about the 77, didn't I? Shout out to the 177. Look, chat revenue, 533. I told you about the 77 and the 33, but y'all don't hear me, though. It's every day, all the time. I picked a random spot the other day, and I just picked in a spot, and the spot was spot number 33. Like, if you wait for your number or something, I don't know. It was like, the people saw it, too, that were next to me. I mean, they can attest. This is all real stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at what we see happening here for Bitcoin. Nasty. Okay, so the candle opened at 17,081 and 14 cents. The high was 18,376 and 59 cents. The low was 16,546 and 38 cents. It closed at 16,745 and 81 cents, down $344.11, down 2%. So this is Bitcoin. And the weekly, get ready here for Bitcoin. And the weekly candle close. My God. The kid's got lungs. That's the best way to get in your ohms. I know, right? I was thinking about that the other day. Like, it's funny. Wait, so that was the other candle close. Hold on, I'm messing up. We had a green candle close. So the candles opened at 16,744. The high was 17,743. The low was 16,270 and 16 cents. The close was 16,828 and 91 cents. We would basically open at 744. We would close at 828. Basically, we would go up $83 on the entire week. We would go nowhere. For an entire week, we would go from 16,008 to 16,008. You know, a big wick to the upside, which is a good sign. Kind of a higher low on the weekly. Low, there's your higher low on the weekly chart. So not the worst thing in the world, and we're not that far from the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, right? I tell you, that's the beginning of a bull market. When we get above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, That's how it all begins. That's how we make our move. That's how we get our move to the upside. Pavarotti couldn't pull that off, man. It's going parabolic. You're funny, man. You're hilarious. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Lifer's 3 months, 99 special, $330 includes Lifer Vision trading course, the perfect way to begin 2023. Email Crypto Lifers, pay with crypto or PayPal. All pattern probability, and it's never 100. DYOR. You never know. You never know. Well, it's pattern, it's statistic, it's stochastics, it's momentum indicators, and it's just years of watching the charts and me just kind of putting things that I've seen on it too. So it's just like a bunch of different things that we look at together in the chats. All right. But if you just looked at it by itself here and you were just clean on the idea, and you know, a lot of other people may be looking at this too. I mean, big time, and the bigger idea, you have a giant, you could say this is kind of a shoulder, this is a head, this is kind of a shoulder. Like, you kind of have this giant head and shoulder pattern that could really mess you up here and break you to the downside. You could technically call this your neckline, something like so. Head to the neckline is your measured move, and you would break something down. I mean, 14K, you know, just, that's an idea. Not saying I'm like in love with it. I'm just saying that's an idea. All right. Then you have this idea that you're in, remember these falling wedges that like break out and break back in. It's actually the first time I'm seeing something like this and making an idea of it. You could just bounce back up, but what that this trend line is interesting that we're forming here. Can you hit on this trend line and continue on to the upside? And that's what I'm looking at here. And it's all about this point of control. If not, you're breaking down to this area here, which coincides with this previous low. Somewhere down to the zone, right? And you may get like held up right here for good measure. So that's kind of, you know, Bitcoin in a nutshell. So you open up a security short with a stop loss, me personally, stop loss right around here. Nothing crazy. Bitcoin shows a sign, closes the candle, doesn't even get the pump, but just does something here good enough. X the short out, open the long, throw the stop loss below here, rally that up, right? If it just becomes a fake out breakout, hope my stop close holds. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I get caught in the zone, right? But there's the last 3 times in a row, the stop didn't get hit, and we corralled back to the downside. And so I think that's the best way to play this. But you do whatever makes you happy, all right? You do whatever makes you happy. So personally, that's how my mind sees it. And I've been doing this for years, and I've watched that for a long time. I kind of see this as an inverse of this. If I flip it upside down, see how this is the shoulder, head, and the shoulder, and this is the inverted head and shoulder now? This is the inverted, that's the head, right? And so I see that kind of S flip going on. Senso and Tone. Let's take a look at Ton. I'm more interested in Ton. Senso's like at the bottom of its barrel. I'll take a look at it, but I'm not that excited about it. So, I mean, Ton. Look, I mean, we've been watching this closely, and you can see I just have to kind of tweak my projection that we had going on here. And we're still holding a beautiful area, and we're consolidating very, very nicely. I'm just going to delete that because it's annoying. But you got your trend lines converging into a tight pennant. You are a little over bottom. The stochastics, not my favorite thing, but you could continue sideways. Could be some Bitcoin influence depending on how bad the rock is, like if we get a really nasty drop. But this has been doing its own thing recently, really. Low cap, getting on the radar, and people are interested. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. Look at that 22-hour time frame. So if you block out all the other time frames but the 22, just keep it real, which is some things I like to do. Like I'll trade. I go all different time frames and try to find the perfect spot. But then there's times where I just slap on, you know, I just take a lower risk position with a bigger idea. Try to get 46, stop loss at 11, you know, nothing crazy. And I go from there. You know, it's a 4.14 risk reward ratio. And that there's a chance that 22-hour gives you, now the 4-hour is in a bad spot. Could wait it out for a better, but you never know. There's no guarantees in trading. All right, there's just none. And again, with the markets closed tomorrow, we should have a slow day again, just like we had today. I wouldn't be surprised if we just had sideways price action for Bitcoin. And that's what I'm expecting. So just, it's not going to be amazing. It's just going to be kind of one of those days where we just kind of get through it again. You were the tone in my Senso. Funny. Let's take a look at Senso USDT. Sensorium. So it has that shoulder, head, and shoulder vibe. See how it's kind of a lot like Bitcoin in a way, right? And it seems to be making this pattern for itself. Pushing down on the 22-hour, but could bend, showing some signs of life. Daily an indecision. 4-hour wants to come on down. I'm not liking what it's looking, but to me, does it bounce, right? It bounces here. That would be the aggressive entry for me. I'm not liking it personally. I think there's better things to trade. But if it does make a move, let's see what the whole move could be. I'm not a fan. 46% gains if it comes and bounces off the zone. And it very well could happen. Lack of bearish momentum there. You're in a bit of a flag right now on this 4-hour time frame. And we're watching Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks out the flag, everything will follow. And it's kind of a sketchy Sunday night, though. So it's high risk, high reward for the people that want to jump on in. To me, it's a little high risk, though. All right. Do you think, guys, we will pump Bitcoin and ETH? You never know, my man. Nobody knows. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Remember that. All we know is what the charts convey, baby. What the charts convey. What do the chats convey over here? That's what we want to know. Super chats are clear. Shout out to Gina Bombina in the house. Showing up even on Christmas. We have an amazing team. We have an amazing group of people. Every one of you are blessed for being here. Lifer, quick announcement. No Trading Vision course next week. Lifer family will travel that day. Next course date is Tuesday, January 3rd. Wow, and we worked hard this year. If you worked hard with me, we worked hard. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's a little kid and they're supposed to be in bed. What is this kid doing? Every night you came up and got water from them because you like it. You think it's cool getting water out of the fridge, don't you? And you think you're cool. So you keep doing it. That's what you've been doing. Be honest. Huh? 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 You're so cute. I love you. Yeah, look at you. You're going to open the fridge. You think you're so cool with your little water button. This is your thing. It makes you so happy to get the water out of the button. You're so funny. Never a bad time to buy Bitcoin. No, I totally agree. I will learn H-bar till the market approves. Katie for the pump, but too volatile. Honestly, as much as I want to push everyone, let's trade, push it. Let's get into Max Global. Let's get into KuCoin. Hit my referral links. And there's so much to go over. We're pretty flat right now. You know what I mean? And we should be flat tomorrow with the way the markets look. There may be some tiny coins that may flip. I can't believe we got HIDOODLE and VAI. We'll talk about VAI that continued to pump to the upside. Unbelievable. And honestly, if you're new and you're bashful and you just, there's so many people out here on YouTube and you don't know what's going on. Look at this thing up 344% though since we started talking about it. Unreal. But you don't know what's going on. Well, join my Discord for completely free. All right? Watch my free guides. Look at the gains on gains. Read the testimonials. You'll know you're in the right place. See what the Discord offers and everything that you can learn in here, and you'll be amazed. Like, look at today. We hit HIDOODLES on December 25th for 114. We hit VAI that continued from the 18th to now, 1 week. Imagine 1 week hold, 350% gains. Unbelievable, right? So there you have it. And shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. Shout out to everyone here. Everyone, I'm going to let you all have a wonderful Christmas with your family. If you're with your family doing the right thing, thank you so much. Shout out to the 300 beautiful lifers that are kicking it with me. The 200 likes. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for the super chats last night on Christmas Eve. People came in hard. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. That was so nice. And everyone, from my family to your family, from the lifers to your family, and everyone else, your extended family, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, your cousins, your sons, your daughters, everyone in your life. May God bless each and every one of them. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Seriously, we have the strongest group in crypto, and there's a reason for it. I love you all. As we come every day, I'm going to be super reminiscent until we reach that last day of 2022. But it's been an amazing year, and I have so much to be grateful for. I cannot believe how the year is ending. Deep breaths, gratitude, and love for everything in my life, each and every one of you. May God bless you all. Last sip of lemon water only to end the stream. So beautiful. And that's the one with the most lemon in it. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. You see what I think is going on. You see the analysis for BTC. Likely we do get a move to the downside, probability-wise, but there's a chance we get saved by the smaller time frame. So we'll watch and see. But anything is possible. Everyone, I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. No matter what you're celebrating, may God bless you on this special night. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. No matter where you are in the world, afternoon, morning, stay blessed. Thank you so much for being a crypto lifer. Crypto is life. I am so blessed to have this channel. I am so blessed to be with this community. There's so much gratitude in my life. I will go to bed full of gratitude. Thank you so much for everything. Words can't express my true gratitude. Amen. And look at that 7-minute, almost about to hit the target. 16,899 all the way up to 16,919. Shout out to the lifers that stuck around the whole time. This is insanity. Thought we were rolling out, but we decided to roll back in. I mean, when it pumps, baby. The 7-minute strikes again. Out the flag. Almost hits the target. Gets us above the zone, but it's lackluster, but it does break us out a little bit here. Does it just get the longs, cook the shorts, and push us right back in? It looks like a trap to me, in my humble opinion. I'd be very careful with it, but it is a push, nonetheless. All right, I'm out of here now.